Yeah, perfect. Let me get you some Maggie as well. So you got the plain Maggie, right?
Yes. Damn, this is insane, dude.
Let me let me also start recording with the computer. Cool. So hi everyone. My name is Vardhan. This is Rishi.
Hello, guys.
And Rishi has been one of my friend for like I don't know a couple of years now. And wait, I should introduce the podcast name.
Yeah,
Wait, I'm
sorry.
calling it the After Hours Project because it's like after you finish your college work and all the things that you do. Like I just want to focus more on that, like your college life, your campus life, the things that you do on campus. So that's going to be the general focus. Yeah. Anyway, so I got to know Rishi. I don't know.
Mainly through Frisbee?
Mainly through Frisbee.
Mainly
Yeah,
through
I think
Frisbee,
mainly
yes.
through Frisbee. Frisbee actually has been like insane for me, like the number of people I've got to know through that. And I'll tell you one thing about Frisbee. I think the people who come to play Frisbee are very comfortable with themselves. Right? That's what I've seen because it's like a niche sport.
Right.
So what I've seen is they're just like very chill, very comfortable. And I just find that find those people who have very, very good energy to be around.
Did you decide that you wanted to play a sport when you
Yeah.
came to college?
That was a non-negotiable. I used to play a lot of sports till like 8th, 9th. And then, you know how it is, like typical Indian student stuff. I got busy with studies and everything got left behind. I was like, after I come to college, I'm going to play a sport for sure. Like that was like, I'm going to drop everything. I just, acads and sports if that's it. But, I've been able to do a lot more stuff as well.
Nice.
But yeah, sports was one important thing that I wanted to do. Anyways, Rishi, enough about all this stuff. I mean, I just generally just start with like, how's your college life been? What you have been up to for the last, 2 years now, and just things you're a part of, and then we'll pick up from
Right. How's college life been? So after 12th, I had initially joined VIT, and VIT I was there for a month. So like, it started in September 12th or 13th, and I was there till October 13th. Yeah, around 1 month.
there. Right.
And then I got BITS result in the 5th or 6th iteration. So when I got BITS, I was getting MSc biology, and I hadn't studied biology in my 11th and 12th, but I took BITS because of the kind of exposure the college would give you. So I basically chose the tag over branch, and then I switched to BITS. I came in the 5th iteration. We started college at around October end.
Yeah, I think it would have been 31st of October, something like that.
Yes. And ever since then, wait, so how do we go? We just talk about like first year, second year?
Go for it.
Okay.
We're just making everything up.
Okay. So first year, I mean, it's the first time away from home, but I already had 1 month of experience at VIT.
Yeah.
Uh,
So you're from where?
I am from Bangalore.
Bangalore, right?
I live in Bangalore, but my roots are partially in Tamil Nadu and Kerala.
Nice.
I didn't find any difficulty settling into the campus or hostel. That was nothing new for me. I mean, I was comfortable with it. First year was tough. First year was tough in the sense making friends was tough.
Yeah.
Talking to people was tough because you're very introverted initially. The only thing I did right from my first year till today is going to gym at 4 in the evening. Like till today, that's the only right thing I've done.
Damn.
Yes.
You've been consistent about that.
Yeah, that's the only thing I've done right. Rest all are fine. They are fleeting things. They come up and go. You start something, you quit something.
Right.
So that is stayed stable. And I didn't focus much on my acads because I found it really difficult. And first year, I don't even remember how the first semester went. I think that's the case for most people.
Yeah, I can't.
How was it for you?
That was it for me as well. Like my brother who went to BITS, he was like, just spend the first 6 months understanding how college works and get to know college. I couldn't tell you what I did in first semester. It was just like, went off like that, just catching up with all the cats, getting to a new place, making friends, starting new things, and it was over before we knew it.
I had a course in my second year, and the prof told that any new student needs at least 6 months to get used to the system at BITS.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, so after that, one second, I'll just check if it's recording still. Good, okay, we are not messing up. Yeah, so after the first settling down period, first sem.
Fuck, I took a big bite.
Okay. But that's something we love, both of us, peanut butter bread.
That's the best thing. I think I don't worry a lot about survival because I know that if I can earn enough in the future for this, I think.
Oh, that's from, who was that Stoic? It's from that?
From what? No, I don't know.
Oh, wait, okay, so there's a Stoic, okay. I thought, and he's like, every month or something, he spends like a few days in poverty. And then he's like, is this what I'm so afraid of? I don't remember, like...
Yes.
But I don't...
And second semester was again fine. Starting was fine. In the end of my second semester, that's when things started changing. In the sense, I started going out more often.
Yeah.
I started taking part in college clubs, college activities, organizing fest.
Yeah.
So we have DEP, the Department of Publicity, Public Relations. And see, I don't know Telugu, but I gave inductions for the organizing committee of the Telugu Cultural Association.
Damn. Okay.
It's called Brindavanam, and like around 50% of our college is Telugu speaking. So there are a lot of people in Brindavanam, and they were initially kind of awkward to see me.
Yeah.
Because why? But they were actually really nice. That's one more random thing which I've done in college. And we had our first meet in the new football ground.
Yeah.
Everyone Telugu speaking, and I was the only guy who didn't know Telugu. So after every 5 minutes, the president of the association would come to me and just translate everything to me.
That's sweet.
Very sweet guy.
Yeah, very sweet.
So doing random things helped.
Yeah.
Doing these random kind of things helped. And being a part of DEP was a big change because when you're actively contributing to whatever society you're a part of, you automatically start feeling better.
Correct, you're right.
Yeah.
You start to feel like you have like...
Yes. And that's when I tried Frisbee also.
Yeah.
So for the last 1 month, I think all the seniors were off campus and it was only our batch.
Only our batch.
So I was like, you know what, let's just go and play.
Correct.
And I played Frisbee for 1 month.
Yeah.
And now when I think back of it, if I had to talk about any regret, it would be quitting Frisbee.
Oh man.
I should have continued Frisbee. Should have.
That'd be nice actually.
Yeah. But yeah, that was fun.
Yeah. I mean, to me it seems like, how do you go from like being like this introverted child, coming to college, first day, finding it difficult to talk to friends, to joining DEP, for the Brindavanam thing where you don't even know that much Telugu. What changed?
So, this is why we talk about Students Anonymous.
Right.
So, later on we'll explain what it is. But I got inducted in the end of my first term.
Right.
And that was a big validation for me because I was rejected by every club and department because I was kind of underconfident.
Right.
In Students Anonymous, you found some good seniors and then you just got more confidence. I don't know how it happened, the switch. If you talk about now, if you ask, I don't really know. All I did was, I had a few books I had brought and I would just read them. I was journaling and I was going to the gym. I think these 2-3 habits, which I don't even know, it was not even discipline. It was probably like a escape mechanism from my cats and all.
Yeah. I mean, but still, like, it worked out really well.
Yeah, it worked out well. I don't know why the shift happened. I can't recall any flagship incident because of which that shift happened. But yeah, it just happened and I'm glad I started getting more involved in college activities.
Right.
And yeah, first year ended like that.
Damn,
And yeah, it was fun. First year was fun.
Damn, bro. I mean, so you came in, it was like difficult to adjust to everything. And then trying to adjust to all the acads and things of that sort, and then joined a few clubs.
Yes. What were you a part of actively in first year?
First year, ESL,
Okay.
Frisbee.
Nice.
That's it actually. Like, I didn't go and do that much stuff, I feel. I was a part of ISL initially, briefly.
What do they do?
I couldn't tell you. No. So basically, they do a lot of work around, making cool stuff. It's just...
I don't think we can sit here and talk bad about anyone, then it would be banned on campus. Everyone is good, guys. Everyone is good.
No, so yeah, I mean, they're really sweet actually. They looked at some of my projects and they were like, this is nice. And I actually wanted to join clubs that did like innovation and making stuff. And I think I just couldn't keep up with all the things that were happening, I feel. That's why I just reduced the number of things I was a part of.
Right.
So yeah, anyways, that's like, those are the things I actively did. Like, Frisbee was fun though. Like, I played a lot and I don't even remember, like, if you ask me what I learned in the first year or what are the things that I did in Frisbee for the first year. But it's just the basics, I'm just learning the basic stats, I guess, and throws and all. But Yeah, first year went back quick. I like now that I'm like we're in third year now.
True.
I can't even like imagine how
You
it.
have what, another half the semester is done,
Yeah,
and you have 2 more semesters left after this.
that's
On
mad.
campus.
That's mad.
Yeah.
Like after this will be.
And I mean, probably the last semester it would be spent completely figuring out what's next.
Yeah, that's true.
Fully.
Like
Yeah.
that's what we'll be focusing on. Yeah, bro.
Oh damn, the growing.
Just became real serious real quick. Okay, so what was second year like? Once you got into all the clubs and things.
Oh, second year was amazing, man.
Yeah.
So second year, I was still decently good in my acads in my first year because I had nothing much to do. But second year, the kind of things I got myself involved in, I think acads took a complete backseat. So second year, it was mainly college clubs and departments, committees. So as part of the publicity team for the fest, as a part of Embryo.
Okay.
So
Yeah.
Embryo, I mean, for those who don't know, in every college fest, you invite keynote speakers, guest speakers, some celebrities to come and give a talk.
Right.
And that is handled by Embryo. And I was a part of the communications team. So you basically stalk people online, the potential guests.
Yeah.
You do everything you can to find their contacts.
Yeah.
Through LinkedIn, through Instagram, through whatever contacts possibly.
Right.
Reach out to them, reach out to their managers, ask them if they're free on this date, and basically get a convert.
Correct.
So we start by making a list of 500,000 potential speakers,
Damn.
and no, that's a entire team thing.
Damn. Still.
And then the seniors will approve who are the people you should try for. I mean, if you list a controversial person, obviously they wouldn't want him.
Oh, so that's how they just filter out the controversial people.
yeah,
That's
yeah.
all. Okay. Cool.
And if they've already been invited last year, then they again wouldn't want them. They'd filter them out, and then you start pitching to people. You start finding their contacts through whatever resources available,
Right.
and then you get in whatever point of contact. So if it's a very hi-fi celebrity, it's going to be their manager,
Correct.
and it was all through emails.
Right.
That is where I learned the power of emails, dude.
Oh.
I never considered email as something big, but then you have responses coming from really high profile people from all industries, from the film industry, from the business industry.
Right.
And when you see a response from them, Sudhamurthy responded. I was like, wow, wait, Sudhamurthy responded to a mail which I sent. Although it's not my account, but
Still, yeah, that's
Yeah.
big.
although it's a rejection, but So
It's a response.
yes. So Embryo is a big learning curve.
Yeah.
Because so pre-fest you're pitching to people, you're finding contacts and all of that, and on fest then you are allotted to go and receive them from the airport
Right.
and make sure that their basic hospitality things.
Correct.
So there you have to think a lot on your feet,
Yeah.
right? So that was a great experience.
What happened?
Very good experience.
What is the like? Can you tell the story from that?
So from that, so I was responsible for hosting a finance panel. So 4 or 5 people from the finance industry. I didn't know of them because I'm not very much into finance. But I was like, okay. And we got 4 people. Yes, okay. 4 people all said. I spoke to all 4 of them individually. The managers got them on board,
Yeah.
and then they realized that they don't have funds to.
Oh my
get
god.
travel. And they're like, okay. Then we started cancelling.
Right.
Then, in the end, I convinced one person to come for absolutely free of cost. So he took his
Wow.
travel, everything. He said he's going to pay.
Damn.
Like, great. He had some inclination towards bits. I think
Yeah.
that's what helped. We were like, no, sir, students would really like it. And all.
Yeah.
So yeah, negotiation 101. I don't know how that panned out, but it just happened.
Yeah.
And he came to campus, gave a talk, and then we realized that people are not showing up to the talk.
Right.
So so this was hosted by Embryo and another club that is responsible for the financial literacy on campus.
Yeah.
So they bribed students with pizza. So Lapinos pizza, like I don't know how many they ordered, man. 200, 250.
200 pizzas.
And students who come attend the talk will get free pizza. So that's how they got people. That was a funny story, good story.
Good story. Yeah.
Very stressful times. It
Yeah.
was 3 days because you have to ensure all 4 are coming. You send them the tickets, and then you're about to send them the tickets, and then there's no money.
Wow.
Good experience.
Yeah, but like you have to get all of them
Yeah.
and like.
So in my second year, first semester, because of Atmos, I think I had the most fun because for publicity we went to IIIT Hyderabad and ISB Hyderabad.
Damn. How was that like?
Oh, ISB Hyderabad was great because initially we didn't have permissions to go. So we came out of the gate. We were in a cab, 7 of us, and they said, "You're not allowed to go." And then I think that's where you realize the people around you are so smart. One guy from the team, he picked a week back. I think students from BITS had gone to ISB for some conclave.
Yeah.
And then he took the mail, he took the invitation brochure, scrolled down, found a random contact of a student there, and we called him. And in 2 minutes, he sent a mail to the security guard, and we were allowed.
Oh, that's mad. Yeah.
Now when I think of it, it's insane.
Yeah.
It's insane that we did
Presence
that.
of mind is crazy.
And then we walk in, and then a professor comes and he's like, "Are you guys from BITS because you're wearing the merch?"
Yeah.
Turns out he's a BITS Goa alumni.
Wow. Okay.
He gave us a campus tour.
Damn, you can't script shit like this.
He gave us a campus tour, and he told that, "Don't worry about the publicity, just send me an email and I'll make sure." So 1.5 hours we were just roaming around ISB Hyderabad.
How's the campus?
Amazing.
Amazing. Oh, it's insane.
That is. And so someone asked her, one of the students asked her, "How do you get into ISB?" And then he just stopped and like, "Why do you want to get into ISB?" No one had an answer. No one had an answer. So yeah, great experiences. College. I think if I was in VIT, probably I wouldn't have experienced these things.
Yeah.
I'm sure that would have also been a different trajectory, but I'm glad I chose this.
Yeah.
Yes.
I mean, I think you chose it for the brand name, and
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
it seems like the brand name is really paying off. Yeah. What books did you come with? You said you came with a few books to campus. What are the books?
Bible, Holy Bible. If you're ever into self-help or if you want to build consistency, anything, I think Atomic Habits. I know it's very cliche, but
Cliche for a reason.
the use of storytelling and the science and everything involved, I think that's one of the best books ever written.
Damn.
Maybe it might seem like very starter kind of a book, but I think everyone should read that book.
And what else? That's the only book?
In the first term, I don't really remember, dude.
So like, what did you change after you read the book?
Atomic Habits. The gym and food habits.
What do you change with food?
So before coming to college, I used to eat a lot of packet food.
Yeah. Oh,
Junk
sorry for
food.
the Maggie then.
Oh, no. So now it is like in control, right? Like it's not tempting.
Right.
And I was very unhealthy. I would consider myself very unhealthy. As I was like around 76, 77. I'm not saying that's unhealthy, but I was unhealthily fat.
Yeah.
I would have like 2-3 cup noodles a day. Terrible diet. And I think Atomic Habits, it changed that health side of me. I'm not saying I'm very healthy, but more conscious.
Yeah.
Simple. Just have 3 simple meals a day in the mess, and you work out for 40 minutes a day. I think if you do that over 2 years, man, you're sorted, dude.
Yeah, it's sorted.
You don't need to have 1.8 grams of protein per day. You don't need to do that.
You need to be counting everything.
Yeah,
you do.
unless you have a specific goal.
Yeah. You just need to be generally fit. Just do simple things. Right. Okay. Perfect. You don't want to talk about embryo a bit? I'll dive into essay and the new
Embryo, so it teaches you how to get
Cool.
It teaches you how to get contacts.
Huh.
How to reach out to people.
Right.
It's insane. I was able to crack into Nikhil Kamat's phone number, dude. I'm not gonna tell it here.
Whoa, that's insane though.
Yeah.
Nikhil Kamath.
Yes, although he didn't pick the call, but that's okay. Of course, he's not gonna pick the
Of
call.
course he's not going to pick up the call. Yeah, what else in second year actually? Like, what all happened? Like,
Second year, what else happened? I think I remember it only for Atmos.
Remember it only for Atmos?
But yeah, when we started the year, we had Onam. And so I'm from Kerala.
Yeah.
So, like, this is the same time. September, that was August.
Yeah.
August was the year started, and so I was given the responsibility for teaching dance.
Oh, bro, I remember this.
Yeah.
Oh, you dance so well.
25-30 people. And it was for the next 40 days. So,
Yeah.
from day 1 to day 30, we had Onam. Day 30 to day 40, we had Sanskriti.
Yeah. Oh.
Practice. So, 10 days was Sanskriti.
Yeah.
So, that first 40 days, every evening, 6:30, you're teaching dance to like 25-30 people. And I think that was a great change in terms of confidence. That I could consider it as a landmark. Not trademark. What do you call it?
Like, it was an inflection point.
Like, yeah.
Things changed.
A lot.
Yeah.
Confidence. That entire semester. Although academics took a hit, but going to ISB, going to IIIT Hyderabad, doing this embryo work, teaching dance for like 25-30 people.
Yeah.
And all of that happening in the first 2 months. That's too much for 2 months.
Yeah.
It was overwhelming at a point.
Yeah.
But yeah. My entire second year was spent in the first sem of second year was spent in clubs, departments, dance, The coolest thing I've done is I got to dance. So I have a senior.
Yeah.
And she and 3 of her friends wanted to shoot a dance reel. Okay, so 4
Right.
girls. And then they wanted a guy in the middle. I was like, yes, man, this is the coolest shit. Of course. Of course I'm going to do that. I mean, now when I look back at it, that's still one of the most stud things I've done. So, yeah. I mean, it's a funny dance. It is funny, but it's still in between 4
Oh my
girls.
god, bro, I laughed so hard.
Yeah, 2-1 was very overwhelming.
Yeah.
That time.
Okay.
How was it for you, 2-1?
2-1. Okay, 2-1 is where I joined SWD. So I was learning a lot of.
Do you want to explain what SWD is?
Okay, so SWD is the tech. Like we handle a lot of the tech for on campus. So the people who are on campus, they would know what we do, and the people who are not on campus, I think it's basically like everything from people's mess registration to now we run the finances for them as well. Like when you want to buy something from the canteen or something, we process all the transactions. So it's a good thing. Like we run the website, if any certificates you want, do that stuff as well. The team is really good.
So can you like hack it to get more money or something into your?
I wish. But no, basically the seniors are really good. Like that was one of the things that I wanted to do. Like I wanted to be around smart people, people who are doing interesting stuff. And SWD was like 2 reasons for that. One, the team. Second was I wanted to write software for like thousands of people.
Right.
So that's why I kind of applied to it and went for it. But the team was insane. Like I still have a lot of respect for all the seniors because bro, they're so skillful. And it's not like they just know the bookish knowledge. They can actually run a website. Like you know, when we have message, it's thousands of queries every minute. And even for bigger servers, that's a lot of problem. But we host our own servers, and they wrote a Go script and they optimized the whole thing, and you see it update in real time.
When did you learn to code?
I started in 8th standard.
Wow.
Yeah, so I had like this friend. His parents were in Oracle. So Oracle, I don't know. So yeah, he used to code, and I mean, no one in my family codes, but we both just started coding like that for like some Google competition. It was like you had to use MIT App Inventor to make like an Android app.
Okay.
Just started with that, and then picked up HTML after that. 11th, 12th, I did a lot of programming.
Right.
I just put a catch to the side.
Right.
I was like, I'm just gonna go into. I just want to make cool shit. So I just did that. But yeah, I mean, coming back to it, like I just wanted to interact with a lot of cool people, people who were working on interesting things, smart, and just wanted to do that. And that's why SWD happened, and that's why this is happening as well.
Right.
I just want to have conversations with a lot of the interesting people on campus, and there's a lot. And like I think it's difficult to keep up with everyone. Excuse me. Difficult to keep up with everyone, but I think this is like a good excuse to just call them and be like, how's everything going and things like that.
Food is a good incentive.
Food is a good incentive. So yeah, that's what SWD was, and 2-1, yeah, I think we became seniors in Frisbee, so there was a lot of teaching, and a lot of our seniors from Frisbee were off campus, so we were teaching a lot. Like actually, that turned out to be like a good thing for us because we took a lot of responsibility and we learned a lot. And apart from that, 2-1 was actually good academically because I started civil subjects.
How was civil engineering?
I love civil. I absolutely love civil.
Did you take it by choice?
Yeah, I mean, I put like CS, top 3 CS, and then I put civil because I wanted to get into civil.
Reason? Because that's very unconventional. Because everyone is running behind CS. If not CX, they want circular branch.
Yeah.
And anything below that, they consider it as a
Just
what do you
throw away whatever.
Yeah.
No, I mean, I've seen.
They feel like you end up with poverty, dude. If you don't have any of this. That's a bit ridiculous.
That is ridiculous. Yeah. No, I mean, I grew up seeing a lot of civil work. So I was interested in that. And I just like it, and now that I'm studying it, I love it even more.
Right.
Like I just thought I would like it, just generally, and then when I started studying it, it's even more insane. Like just, bro, it's like I can see what's happening. Like I'm like, okay, I can tell you how that beam would be made. I can tell you how that beam would be made. I'll tell you how that column is. Like we just learned how to calculate the stresses and like the thickness and all. And like I can tell you what kind of reinforcement is in that sill or the lentil, and just everything. Like you see around you, I can just be like, wait, that's how it's made. Like I have a good general intuition for it now. And it's insane. Like you just being able to do that, and the professors are really nice. Like we have a very strong civil department. Like people don't know it, but like people from our campus end up in like Princeton or Berkeley, and like they end up in really good places. And thing is,
And by pursuing civil?
yeah, by like these are all civil seniors,
Okay.
and they're not like really good places.
So, like, is it true that in BITS, there are less students generally interested in civil?
I mean, it seems like it because see, even from our civil batch, not a lot of people are going to pursue civil at the end. They're all doing some finance minor or CNI. But I feel like the people who do pursue civil, they end up in like a good place because they are just so passionate about it. And I feel like passion is a very strong thing to replace, like because they become very hardworking and they become dedicated. So I mean, not only passion, yeah, I think just the dedication to it, and not a lot of people have that. Like the competition is lesser that way.
Yes.
Because you're like a big fish in a small pond, essentially. So yeah, I mean that's something I've seen around civil, and I really like it. Like I really enjoy the subjects. I really like my classmates. Thing is, I'll tell you.
Nice.
So civil is like a small classroom. Okay, it's we have around 45, 46 people in our batch, right? So and we only have one classroom. Like we don't like all the other people move around, right? All of our classes happen in the same classroom.
Okay.
So it's like I get a chance to be like in a classroom again.
Yes.
Like school, right?
Yes,
you have the same people sitting there.
Yeah.
They all have a fixed spot. You all sit there, and it's like been like that for the year. The teachers come, then we all have fun. And because it's a small classroom, like 20, 25 people come. So we all it just reminds me so much of school. And I get to relive that experience kind of. I like it. Like I really like.
You have the good part of the school and the freedom that college gives you. It's a good combination.
You're right. That's absolutely right. Just the. I don't know, man. Like there's something about like just a small group of people studying something. It's fun.
I agree.
I think in lectures it becomes like the professor doesn't even like.
Yeah.
I don't know. I just like the small classroom aspect. And the professors are really nice. Like the professors that we have are. I just had a really good experience with all the professors.
Nice.
Anyways, back to the whole thing. 2-1 that only, and then actually I think we can start. I want to just talk about. I think essay is something I want to talk about.
Yes.
Because that's not something that is very common. I feel. You want to tell people what essay is and what your role is?
Yes. So essay is basically it stands for Students Anonymous, and how do I explain it? It's kind of tough to explain.
Go for it.
Easy and tough. It's weird. So what we do in essay is when students on campus have any problem they're facing, be it loneliness, be it stress management, be it harassment cases in the worst possible situations, or anything that is difficult for them to talk to their friends or family, and they need someone to talk to about it. To fulfill that requirement and to make that easier, Students Anonymous exists. So it was formed, I think, 3 years back, if I'm not wrong. I should be knowing this right, but 3 years back, if I'm not wrong. And I joined Students Anonymous in my first year. So it's not, I mean, like other clubs and departments, it's not like whoever wants can join it. Obviously, you need to go through a rigorous induction process. So my interview went for like around 2.5 hours.
2.5 hours.
Yes, they give you different case studies. I was not prepared for this.
Yeah.
They give you different case studies as to what would you do when someone approaches you with this kind of a problem. Problem A, B, C, D. And A, B, C, D could vary from harassment. B could be leaking the toxic boyfriend leaks the picture of the girlfriend. Option C could be someone is suicidal. Option D is loneliness. A fresher is not able to make friends. And this was all overwhelming because I was a fresher.
Yeah, that's what.
I was been 4 months into campus. And when my senior told me a scenario who was taking my interview, and I told ki Didi, ye nahi ho sakta. These kind of things don't happen on campus. And then she just gave me a death stare for a minute. She's like, they happen. And then I had to answer all of that.
Yeah.
And I never had any hope of getting into Students Anonymous. But I don't know, they did give me a chance. I'm glad that they gave. So what I said, was I clear enough? Was it?
Yeah, I think I understood.
Yeah.
That was great.
So again, we're not mental health professionals. We're not therapists. We are people who try to be empathetic towards others when they have a problem, and when they can come and talk to us, and we try to give our perspective, and we're good listeners. We're all good listeners. So I think that is one thing which makes it easier for other people. That's one thing we're good at, listening to people. And that's about essay. That's the main work. So when people have problems, they can approach us, they can talk to us, and when they don't have anyone else, they can trust us. And the main part is the oath of confidentiality.
Right.
So all the essay members have signed a document. It's an oath of confidentiality. That is whatever, like let's say you're in Students Anonymous member, and I approach you with something. Now, since you signed that oath of confidentiality, whatever we talk stays only between us.
Yeah.
And if you breach that, you have certain consequences.
Right.
Of course, expulsion from the body, but also it could be a SEM back, it could be a 50,000 fine, depending on the seriousness. So yeah, there are rules and regulations to it.
No, but that must instill confidence in people, right? Because you're just like going talking to students, but like the oath of confidentiality, I think, would really help.
Yes.
So do you select for like good listeners, or do you train them to be good listeners? How do you do that?
So when I applied, right, I believe very less people had applied. I think 20 people had applied at that point, and
Right.
2 of us were inducted at that point. Me and my senior, Nishal. Then I was a part of SA ever since then. Like in my 3rd year, I have been given the position of the lead for this year. So
Congratulations.
Yes. So last time in our induction process, we had 90 people apply.
90? Oh my god.
So we had 5 rounds of inductions. It started with 2 Google form, and then we also had a pen and paper test.
Pen and paper.
At a point, we had filtered in 25, and 24 of them showed up. It was in a classroom at night, 10:30.
Wow.
And they showed up 1 hour, 30 minutes. They wrote the test, case-based scenarios, and we went through the answers. It took us 3-4 hours to go through them and filter out 10 for the interview round.
Great.
So see, obviously we would have made some mistakes. Probably some very deserving candidate might have been overlooked. Of course, it's not a 100% efficient process.
Yep.
But we try to refine it as much as possible. And interviews are game changers.
Yeah.
So the interviews, so people can give bizarre answers and red flag answers.
Yeah.
You're like, okay, no. But yeah, I think that's. So when you listen to more people, you realize that okay, there are people actually way smarter than you, Rishi. You don't realize that. Just because you're in essay, don't think that you know it all.
Right.
There are people way smarter than you, and it allows you to learn from other people as well.
Right. I mean, what I understand from the inductions process is you guys would want to filter out the people who could cause problems, and that might lead to like removing some people who are deserving, but like you don't want to.
Yeah.
Like it's okay if you don't take a few good people, but you don't want to take any bad like people who would be not fit for the role. Let's say. Right.
So we also have a few volunteers
whom
we feel are like usually the first year rights or maximum second year rights who we feel are good.
Yeah.
And they can, I mean, not good enough, but with training and we might have our doubts, and then we're like, you know what, be with us.
Yeah.
You don't deal with people at this point.
Yeah.
But if someone approaches us, we'll probably tag you along to see how things work, and we'll have an interview a year later. And if you're good at it, then you can.
It's like an apprenticeship.
Yes.
You get to listen. I feel like actually, so you told that your seniors had a good impact on, like they believed in you, and
Yes.
you got into SA. Like now that you are a senior, how do you approach that? Because you want to do the same thing forward. I'm guessing.
Yeah. So, I mean, we haven't yet started our induction process. We'll do that after mid-sems. No, but what's the question?
No, so what I feel is for your essay senior.
Okay, like you're saying as a senior, how do I go about with?
Yeah, like so. Do you think about so? What I feel is you have this like almost responsibility placed on you.
Yeah.
Because of the way you were treated in the past.
Yeah.
Like that's what I like. I feel that a lot. Like my seniors. Okay, I'll tell you something. Okay, when we go for Frisbee inductions, all of the seniors make it a point to remember our name.
Okay.
Like even though there's like 100 people on the field, whoever they are working with, they'll remember the names. And like even if you come later on or if you don't come to Frisbee, they'll still remember your name, right? Because they know that that's what their seniors did for them.
Yes.
And like it made them feel really good. So we try to do the same thing forward.
Right.
Like it's just one thing. And I mean, there's just so many things that the seniors did for us. They were understanding and the culture that they built for us, right? So what I feel is I want to be that senior for some junior, right? So now that you're in SA, like how do you coach your juniors, or is there some process like that?
Yeah. So once we get into SA, weekly or bi-weekly, we have a case study sessions. So these are made up case scenarios, the kind of things you'd ask in inductions, but I mean, you can generate random scenarios through ChatGPT or anything.
Yeah.
Or there are multiple case books. Like how you have a consulting, you have case books,
really?
case interviews. Yeah. So there are different kind of scenarios. So we pick up a topic, like it could be loneliness, it could be self-harm, it could be relationship issues. And so we all gather, the 12 of us. We are currently a team of 12. And we pick up a topic and we just start discussing how we would approach if someone comes with this issue. And then it's a very healthy discussion that would go on for like 90 minutes to 2 hours.
Yeah.
So that is one way of training. And during the entire meet, we would have one person take down notes, and in the end, they summarize it and we put it in the group and for our own reference. So a lot of times it happened that once we were discussing about how we would treat with some relationship issue, and it just happened that 3 days later, someone approached.
The same issue.
Yeah. And then like, wow, dude, good that we had that discussion.
Yeah.
Communities. Yeah.
So you have
That
a
is-
junior take care of that because you already discussed it, or you still have?
Yeah. So my job. So throughout in your second year, your seniors did delegate some things
Yeah.
to you. Like, okay, no, this person wants to talk. Why don't you talk to this person?
Yeah.
Like, yeah. Okay, fine. So obviously, all this is done with that person's permission only. So if someone approaches me and I could say, this person from my team is much more better suited to probably talk with you. Would you be okay with that?
Right.
And when they're like, yeah, sure. And so when one of the members from the team recently had to speak to the first person ever as an SA member, so he asked, can you also just tag along? I'm like, yeah, sure. So throughout it was him talking to that person, but I was just with them talking. So that is one way the training thing you can say. That's how my seniors did it for me.
Right.
The first time I had to talk to someone, Somil,
Yeah.
Somil. So he was with me and.
Oh, I think you and Sobel, your paths crossed a lot. Like
A
it
lot.
seems like he's been
Yeah.
like a really good influence.
Yes.
to you.
We met through essay.
Yeah.
So during my inductions, which went for 2.5 hours, for 20-25 minutes, we spoke about books.
Oh, really?
We spoke about this book, The Courage to Be Disliked.
Yeah.
Yes, we spoke a lot about that book. And I think he got a soft corner for me because of that. But yeah.
I know you like that book a lot. Do you want to tell people about that as well?
You should read it.
You should read
You
it.
should read it. I still haven't fully understood a lot of it. You should read it.
Read it.
Yes.
Got it.
Multiple times.
Multiple times. Hey, so it's just 12 people. How hectic is it? Like, is it like you have to go every...
It depends. Like, it could be like a week where no one approaches you.
Huh.
That's great. So in my first year, I was initially very disappointed that no one approached me with a problem.
Yeah.
And when my second year started, I'm like, like, what's the point? Like, no one approached me. Like, dude, be happy no one approached me.
Correct.
Why do you want people to go through something? I'm like, yeah, that is also true. It's just that in first year, less likely someone would approach you because you're a first year, right? And people who approach us are usually first year rights and second year rights. Because when you come to third and fourth year, people are slightly more like, why would I talk to a junior? Types.
That's sad though.
Yeah, but that's okay. That's all right.
So I feel like that senior junior thing like
What is your take on mental health?
Why?
Because mental health is a thing, of course, you can't deny it. But then it is true that some people also use it as an excuse to avoid a lot of things in life. And it's very tough to differentiate it. So it would be very rude to tell someone that, don't.
Wow. It's a tough question. Honestly, I don't know. Let me just, I don't have a firm thought around that, but like I could give it a shot. So you're saying how like my take on mental health in the sense that
Like, do you know of anyone, or have you gone through something? Or
oh yeah, I mean, see, I think what I'll tell you. When I was in 11th and 12th, I had a very rough time, right?
Okay.
And I thought I was like this. Oh, I was the only person who had a rough time because not everyone talks about their issues, and it just seems like everything.
Rough
is
time
fine.
because of?
Just
was it
ACADS. No, just ACADS and the lockdown
Okay,
and just
okay,
that.
okay.
I was not really, very excited by a lot of things. I wanted to build a lot of stuff, but like, because of the ACADS constraint, I couldn't really do it. So I was having a rough time. And I mean, yeah, I understand that like the mental health is like, it's crucial. And in those times, it's difficult to deal with all of those things. And I get the duality of it. Like on one side, you want to be empathetic to people who are dealing with a lot of stuff. But on the other hand, you could also have, just avoiding work.
Yes.
I don't really know how you differentiate between that. I think one thing I would see is people who are actually struggling and want to get better. Like I don't think it's I think that's a very individualistic view.
Right.
I think you should have friends around you that do it for you. Like I think the question that you need to ask is, if I am struggling, no, that's not the question that you should ask. Like, if I am struggling, what should I do? The question I think if more people ask it would help is, if my friend is struggling, what can I do for them? And I think that leads to a much more like a positive take on whatever's happening.
Right.
Because through 11th and 12th, I had these two like amazing friends.
Right.
And like we would meet maybe 3-4 times a week, and we would talk at night, and you just play some games and just have like, it's not about the games, it was about the conversation, right? It was about the just letting it out and talking to each other about it. And that really helped. Like that kept me going through all of those years. And so I feel like having a good support group around you really helps. I don't know.
And what if someone doesn't?
That's what I feel. Like that's what I'm thinking about. Like, what if you don't have one? I mean, I think SA is a good start for that. Like, having someone you can at least talk to, it being like a formalized thing.
Yes.
That helps. And
like in essay, we clearly say that of course we cannot deal with if someone is going through clinical depression.
Yeah.
Of course we can't deal with it.
Correct.
But I think the biggest advantage we have is like conversations.
Correct.
Like a lot of problems can be solved through talking.
Right.
So like someone is going through something, and the only thing is their friends are not patient enough to completely listen to that person.
Right.
So when they approach essay and you just ask them questions, just what's going on, what happened, and you show genuine interest in their problem.
Correct.
They state out everything,
Right.
and they can figure out their own solutions.
You're right. Yeah.
Because of course we're students, we less likely that we could give you the exact solution you're looking for. We just make it like how journaling works.
Yeah.
You write down thoughts, and then later on you go through it and like, shit, yeah, this is it. So even in essay, when they talk to us, we just listen without judgment. Listening without judgment. Yeah, if I had to summarize it in one way, listening without judgment. That's what essay is about. And when people lay down the facts of whatever has happened, whatever they're going through, then they themselves realize that, oh shit, this is what I'm doing wrong.
Right.
This is what I can do it for myself. And they're like, thank you for listening. I'm like, yeah.
I mean, that's such an amazing structure.
Like you said with friends. I mean, even though you're going through something, it's not like your friends give you a solution for that. But just talking to them, just being with them, that changes things a lot.
Correct. Like, it was just about just being like a sounding board, right?
Yeah.
Just listen to you. And then, because it's your life, at the end, you know all the facts, you know yourself.
Yes.
You're going to figure it out. But I think it's good to have someone who listen. I'm really happy it's like a formalized thing. And that's something I really liked about essay when you told me. Just having that structure in place, like it being an option for people. Like, I can't imagine, like, the person who thought of that, like, how they even came up with it. Like, they're just having that body in
It
place.
was started to deal with bias. So on campus, especially the regional bias that was there. So that's what I still didn't. It's kind of sad. I still didn't understand fully as to what they meant by bias. But with time, it gradually became into a body that also deals with these kind of things. Because one of the senior members, what happened was a lot of people approached that person with the kind of problems essay deal with.
Okay.
And then she decided that, what, if that is happening, like, why not essay do similar work?
Correct.
Very, very forward thinking.
It is very forward thinking. But yeah, okay, that is around essay and all. But like, wait, let me just look at it. I just wrote up a few things. I was like, what are like some common trends you see people struggling with? Like, and what is like a common solution to those things that you give?
Yeah. Common trends that people struggle with on campus, BITS Hyderabad, from a third year's perspective.
Right.
From a 19-year-old.
Lot of hedging, I see.
Yes. And just, interpersonal problems. Everything are interpersonal problems. If you read the Courage to be Disliked, see, there are a lot of things I didn't understand about the book, but it says that all problems are interpersonal problems. So, friendships, relationships, fights, loneliness, again, because of other people, they're not able to get along well with people. Very negative thoughts, very, very negative thoughts. No hope about things improving in the future. These are the main kind of things.
Right.
I don't know, I'm unable to summarize it.
Oh, these are like, I think there are different categories.
It
makes sense. But yeah, like what are some general principles? Like, let's say you didn't want to specify anything, right?
Like general principles in the sense, like
how would you
go
deal
about
with
things?
Yeah, like how would you deal with that, right?
Yeah.
Like, let's say you are lonely. Let's say you're having fights with friends or whatever. So
what happens, right? So like we said in essay one, listening non-judgmentally. So a lot of times people figure out what the problem is, but sometimes people talk to us and then of course they're like, it was not helpful enough. Obviously that happens.
It happens, yeah.
Of course it happens. I think, I don't know, it would be very wrong of me to say what people are doing wrong. Like, I couldn't find that out.
But like, say, going to the gym gets you discipline, right? Or you say journaling is a good activity. I mean, I know you like journaling a lot just because we've been friends for a while.
Yes.
So like, what are some things that you could do? Let's say you want to have a support group around you. Or like, let's say you're facing loneliness, right?
Okay.
What do you suggest people do? Like, is it like join clubs and all? Or
So when those are the basic solutions, I think they're like the level 1 solutions.
Correct.
But not everyone can do that.
What is the next level?
Next level could be thinking slightly long term. So there's this one line by Jeff Bezos. Okay, I love that thing so much that it was about building business, and he says that a lot of people come and ask me that what are the things that's going to change in the next 10 years. And then he says that's the wrong question. Ask what are the things that are not going to change for the next 10 years and build around that. So that is why when I say gym, so a lot of people come and tell you, bro, just start hitting the gym. The point is, 10 years later, this is what I feel, that 10 years later, 20 years later, your health is going to be important.
Yeah.
So when a lot of things are going chaotic, get one thing right. Get one thing right. Because you know that 10 years later, you would be grateful that you are in good shape, you're healthy. So get one thing right and take the first step. So I have a friend, his name is Pranav. And so this is something he's written on his whiteboard from first year and even till today. Can you see the next step? Just take that.
Yeah.
So basics. Now, if you're in your room, Jordan Peterson.
Yeah.
You might have seen.
I've heard of him. Yeah.
I haven't fully consumed what kind of things.
He's a Canadian psychologist professor.
Yes.
I know he's involved in the politics a lot. I don't know about that much, but I know of his books and stuff.
Yes. So he says that get your room in order.
Yeah. Okay.
So start with the very small things in life.
Yeah.
Very small things. So if you're in your room and if you see that things are all scattered around, and if you're disturbed by it.
Yeah.
No, not this. This is very.
I was setting everything up today. Okay, anyways. That's just excuses, I feel. Yeah, cool.
If there is one thing you feel in your life which may seem insignificant, which is out of place, get that straight. So start with very small things which you may feel are insignificant, but they actually make a lot of difference. So even when I have, when I feel confused, when I feel everything is going chaotic, cleaning up my room, going to the gym, coming, taking a shower, shaving even if I don't have beard, and then going for a walk. That 5 series of things that takes like around 2.5 hours, and that just sets the tone for probably the next week or month.
Like a good reset for you.
Yeah. So start small. Whatever problem it is, start very, very small. I know that's not the best advice, but I think you should try to figure out what I'm trying to say is whatever problems you see around you, however small they are, however insignificant they are, fix them first. So if you're really tense about your CG and if that's giving you crippling anxiety, starting to study immediately, sure, but I don't think that's going to solve the entire issue. Think long term. Yeah, think long term first thing. Focus on the constants. Focus on the constants. So, if you're fighting with your friends and things are not going all right, all that is fine, but 10 years later, who is for sure going to be there in your life? Your parents.
Yeah.
For example. So if you have a good relationship with your parents, talk to them.
Correct.
So start with the most basic things. Start with what you already have. So, for example, if someone you wanted to start a podcast, right? And you were thinking, whom should I invite? And then you're like, okay, there are people around campus.
Yeah.
Start with them.
Correct. Yeah.
So take the first step. Take the first step, and don't hope to have it all figured out till the end, because I don't think you could.
No, I mean, so many variables change.
Yeah.
You remember what the answer was for the things that won't change for Jeff Bezos?
Human psychology or something around
No,
that.
it was...
people are still going to be jealous?
No, it was basically people will still want more selection, faster delivery, and cheaper prices. Those are the 3 things.
Yes.
And I love that. Like, I love how, I love the kinds of things you read. Like, your content consumption is so nice. I actually want to talk about... I mean, obviously we'll talk about that as well. I read your newsletter. I want to talk about the latest one as well. A couple of things from that. But yeah, okay. So I just wanted to cover that. That's good. Do you have like a moment or something from essay that really stands out for you?
From essay?
Yeah, I know you can't delve into a lot of things, but like, we'll close with that. I feel. I think just what impact it has had on you.
The impact it has had on me. It has made me more aware of the things that actually go in people's life.
Yeah.
Which I never thought could, and then you genuinely understand that a person has a story, and you can't judge them on the basis of just what you see in the front.
Correct.
So made you way more empathetic and better at dealing with people. And dealing might not be the right word. Maybe interacting with people.
Yeah, dealing sounds like a burden, right?
Yeah, interacting with people, and has made me more grateful, because then a lot of times I realize that my problems are so small. Like, this person going through something crazy, like, dude, chill. Yeah.
Put things into perspective.
Puts things into perspective.
Right.
And makes you feel good.
Makes you feel
I think this is the one common thing with everyone in essay. The only reason they're still there, and at times it can become counterproductive for you. Like you have kind of things you want to do in the day, and something comes up and you can't do any of it. But the reason people still like to do the kind of work essay does is, I think it gives them meaning.
Yeah.
Like it gives everyone in essay, like talking to a person, helping them out, gives meaning for yourself in life.
Mm-hmm.
It's the same thing. It's a lot of people think that you're helping that person out,
Right.
but by helping that person, I think you're helping yourself out.
Right.
So I think that is one thing. I'm sure that is very common among all the SA members, all 12 people.
That's really nice, man.
Yes.
Good note to end it on. Just like brief section.
Yes.
Anyways, I want to talk about LinkedIn as well.
Oh yeah.
You've been writing on LinkedIn for
Yeah.
2 years consistently, and I recently saw the post that you wrote. Like you said, that's one thing you've done consistently. That and gym,
Yes.
right? And I think journaling. as well.
Journaling and gym.
Journaling and gym. Yeah. But like I've seen you write posts consistently. For,
I
like,
don't
on-
know
on-
why I started.
You don't know why you started.
I don't know why I started.
It just happened.
I was anyway writing, and then I knew that at some point I would need a job. And you know what? Like, let's just write whatever you like on LinkedIn.
Right.
I don't know, someone might connect. It might help someone out. So I still don't know why I write on LinkedIn.
Still don't know.
Yeah. Like not the most conventional writing platform.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's true. But like, it works, right? It has good.
Like a
reach,
lot
though.
of people told me that, bro, like don't put this in all on LinkedIn. It's meant to keep your profile very professional and just meant to your career updates and all. Like I don't have any career updates. So like I'll just write what I want to. It's worked out fine so far. So I am sure so many people would have seen like, who is this 19-year-old boy trying to write random? Of course they're gonna feel that.
Yeah.
Of course. But that's fine. That's fine.
Have you heard this Casey Neistat thing? Like, it's a fake Chinese proverb.
Okay.
It says people who think it should not be done, people who think it cannot be done should not interrupt those who are doing it.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
I feel like that's the thing. Like when people just think that, sometimes they feel like they should do all this and they can't, or for some like weird reason in their head, they just they just have this mental block that it can't be done. And then you just end up doing it.
Yes.
And they're like, no, you can't do it for XYZ reason. But then you're doing it.
True.
So, like writing on LinkedIn, I think it's going to actually help out a lot. Because I think LinkedIn has very good reach. I think it's also good to see the kind of content you write. Like my LinkedIn feed is, I think, again, a lot of stuff deriving from your thing only. But you write about how, you see everyone doing well on their LinkedIn feed and things of that sort.
Yeah.
And then every time I open up LinkedIn, I have it on my phone, but I see it and I
At
see
a point, LinkedIn became addiction for me.
Yeah, really?
Yeah, then I had to delete it from my phone. Stop it.
But yeah, like you have, like it's good to see the, like just, it takes like about 30 seconds to read whatever you write.
Yes.
And I love it. Like it's a beautiful part of my LinkedIn feed and I'm super happy to have it. How do you like, even, how do you curate the content around that? What do you read?
What do I read? They're very random. So on Instagram, I have a lot of bookmarks. So anything which I found nice. Like a lot of these Jordan Peterson. I've never seen a complete 1 hour lecture of Jordan Peterson.
Yeah.
They're these small clips. So I think that is one reason why my content is also very short.
Yeah.
Because it is derived a lot out of these shorter contents. So I bookmark a lot of these things on Instagram and books of course.
Yeah.
And because I journal regularly, I just write around what I consume. At some point something connects and I just write something about it.
You want to talk about journaling? Oh, wait, sorry, continue.
Yeah, so that is my process for writing. There's no fixed process. It's very random. So that is why even if you see, it's not like there are bursts of consistency.
Yeah.
Like suddenly for 2 weeks I've put 5-6 posts and then for 2 weeks I haven't put anything. So that is something I should work on very soon. I shouldn't be so inconsistent. But yeah, I don't have a fixed process. It's kind of random. Yeah.
I've seen this thing. I mean, it's about progress, not consistency per se. But like, even step progress is progress. Like you stop for a couple of weeks, you're still going.
True.
Like it still feels like consistency to me. Sure, you take like a break when midterms come off or something like that. But like I still think a lot of people, even for me, it was for a long while this way. Like if I was doing something consistently and I stopped and I was like, I broke the streak. What's the point of continuing? But now I have changed around that. Like I feel that even if I break the streak, I'll like, okay, fine, I just missed one day. I just keep continuing. Have you missed gym? Like, has it happened?
Missed gym. Like you're saying, there's a day streak? Of course.
Like maybe, I mean, yeah, day streak would happen.
Day streak,
but,
of course.
But over a significant period of time, you haven't had like a break. How do you deal with like the summer break and all?
So see, now first year and first sem and second sem, we had 2 weeks break. So I didn't go for gym in those 2 weeks. I of course didn't go because it is kind of expensive, 2,000 per month over there. So I was like, I mean, anyway, you're at home, let's do something different, yeah. Meet friends at home.
Right. Makes sense.
After my second year, the sem break, which we had for 2 months.
Yeah.
So my practice school, PS, was in Dehradun.
Yeah.
So for 1 month I was in Dehradun, and then next 1 month they were like, you could do it online. So I joined a gym there, it was nearby. So no streak broke as such.
No streak broken. How was Dehradun?
Dehradun, oh, that was one hell of an experience.
That's a beautiful start to
go to a random town in North India I've never been to. With a certain amount of expectation, which is not based out of research.
Yeah.
It is based out of your own imagination. You imagine Dehradun to be something.
Yeah.
So you reached out to someone in Dehradun so that you want to work under them for your PS. And they agreed, and you just show up there. Without anything planned. Without accommodations, food, nothing planned.
Nothing planned.
Yeah.
You just showed up.
Yeah, I just showed up. And then I realized that, oh my god, Rishi, you're kind of messed up in something. We somehow found accommodation.
Yeah.
And it was a JE coaching center where I did my internship. It's funny. It was good interacting with the students.
Yeah.
They literally treat you like God because you got into bits.
Oh, yeah.
Not kidding. They treat you as if you have everything. I mean, from their point of view, you have everything what they want.
Correct, yeah.
So
it puts things into perspective, no? Like you come to base and you're like so much to figure out.
That's what.
Exactly. And they're like, oh my god, if I just get to that next thing, everything is sorted.
But in that 1 month, I think one weekend we went to Mussoorie.
Uh-huh.
The other weekend we went rafting to Rishikesh.
Nice.
The third weekend we didn't do anything. The fourth weekend I gave my presentation and I came back to Bangalore.
That's good.
Good 4 months. It taught me survival more than anything.
Survival,
yeah. In my, I was making a resume, and in that, so under this, one of the things I put learning was I learned to survive. That was the statement. So yeah, survival.
That's an interesting.
And you're living with random people also, right?
Yeah.
Like people whom you don't know. Extreme North Indian energy.
Yeah.
There's a cigarette, alcohol abuses.
Damn.
1 month. It was fun.
Lot, huh?
Yeah.
That's a lot.
There was a lot, yeah. But it was fun. They were really nice people. We're still friends. In fact, one guy, he's from Bihar, but he's a fan of Telugu movies.
Huh.
He has Telugu movie lines by heart. And we're still in touch, and he told, so there's this big release coming.
Yeah.
Of Rajamouli's movie, and he said he'd be flying here to Hyderabad. And
Really?
Yeah.
Bro, that's insane.
And they're insane. And these three were really talented people.
Yeah.
2 were from Pilani, 2 were from Delhi Technical University, students of computers, maths, very, very talented people. So that's when you realize, this perception of you. I had this very close perception that, if he's into alcohol and smoking, then he's going to have a terrible future, a terrible person. That changes.
Yeah.
Because you are living with people who have traits you thought were actually toxic. But you see, they're nice people. They're actually nice people.
Yeah.
So
that was Dehradun.
Dehradun was good. It was very hot.
It's very hot.
Because of summer. But
I did not expect Dehradun to be hot, honestly. I had this perception that it's a cold place.
I took this thick blanket like the one you have there, the thickest one, and then I didn't open it at all. I didn't have to take it.
What does your work like there?
What
do you do?
So, very unorganized. Initially, it was like, they call it as sales and marketing. Basically, you had to come up with ideas for branding and campaigning to get more students to enroll. So, you had to design a scholarship test and all of that. I had a sneeze, it's not coming out. Then a lot of mentoring, student mentoring. And the last 1 week, we just existed. We didn't do anything. We came to office and we sat there for 6 hours. One of the teachers over there were teaching, like, ab tum yahi tak yahan pe ho. And we're like, why are you embarrassing us? We'll go next week, don't worry. But good experience.
Yeah, good experience. Let me just check if it's still recording.
Oh, yeah.
I heard a buzz. Oh, God, it stopped somehow. Oh.
It stopped just now?
I don't know when it stopped. Oh my goodness, that's
Fun.
sad. In hell. Wait, let me just check. Let's see. Oh, I ran out of storage. That's
Boom.
amazing. Wow.
Boom. Nice.
I don't know when that happened. How long in? 40 minutes in? Okay. What I'm going to do, I have the audio. This is still recording.
Okay.
That's good. I'm just going to delete a couple of videos. Let's...
Delete LinkedIn. Delete LinkedIn.
Delete LinkedIn.
Yeah. LinkedIn, Instagram, delete all of that.
Send everything. Let me see if I can find a video that I can delete. Like an old one.
Delete all your academic files.
Bro, you know all these WhatsApp groups, bro, people...
Oh my goodness. Do you know I never joined any acad WhatsApp group?
That's good, bro. Respect for that, honestly. That's the best thing.
Someone told me that gives them a lot of anxiety.
Bro, I swear. Like, I didn't join because of that reason only. I just like, bro, if I join, I'm gonna be checking them.
Yes.
And I don't want to be doing that at all. I don't know what to delete, honestly. Like, I have stuff that I have... Like, I have these recordings that are like... The Management Society recordings are like an hour or so long.
Oh, right.
Yeah, and I don't know if I should... Wait, I don't even know what to delete. What can I delete? I'll just... let me just see. Okay, I'll just delete all the stuff that I have sent people. Yeah, cool. This should give us some storage. And the rest, I think, we'll just play off the audio. It's okay. Oh god, please work. Yo, how? I just deleted video. Okay, wait, I have to delete from the deleted files as well. That's why. Yo, I did not expect. I need to clear out my phone the next time I record this. You know when I decided to do this?
When?
Like less than a week ago.
Nice. That's amazing, man. Like, see, you have so less time between idea and execution.
Just
That's
like
so good.
I think high bias for action is just super important. Just like as soon as you get something, I think what happens is you just overthink everything if you give it too much time, and you won't do stuff.
I'm not kidding you. You know the reason why I was confident enough to record my first YouTube video?
Yeah.
I saw your video and I'm like, oh, that's simple. I was like, okay, it need not be like Ali Abdal. You don't need, all these fancy things.
And all.
Like, fine, dude. Like, Rishikesh had a tripod. I just kept it on the table and I just spoke.
That's perfect. No, like, that's all you need. I feel, bro. You don't need so much thought and all.
Your video was a big inspiration for that.
No, I did not expect that at all.
Like, I clicked the link of your Management Society thing you uploaded, and then from there I found your...
I just keep it on. Damn, bro. I mean, I did not expect that to work like that at all. Okay, I'm gonna do something.
Yes.
It's called like, a clap, right? So to sync the audio back up.
Okay.
Anyways. Cool. So I don't know if you got to look at a peek at all these questions, but any like cool shit that happened because of LinkedIn?
Cool shit that happened because of LinkedIn. I got an internship without the resume because of what I write on LinkedIn.
Yeah.
It was again a content management internship.
Right.
It is a startup. And the company is called howtocrackinterviews.com.
Yeah.
They help students crack job interviews.
Interviews.
Product consulting.
Yeah.
And they were starting, so they were like the founding interns.
Oh.
So they were like in stealth mode when they started off.
And now they're public.
Yeah, the public. So yeah, that was good. I earned my first money because of that. So very special.
Oh, you made money on that as well?
Yes.
You got a paid internship because of
Yes,
that. Bro,
yes,
that's insane. Hey, that's kind of like you showed your work and it worked out.
True.
You want to talk about the book you're reading now?
The book? No, I think you should read that book and talk about it sometime.
Oh, okay, fine. We'll do that. Okay, quick tips on like writing on LinkedIn. What do you think works? Or like you just don't think about the
write what's easy to read.
Huh?
If you ever want to get better at writing, see, I'm not going to say how to get better at writing because even I'm trying to get better. But make it as simple as it is to read.
Yeah.
So, there's this thing called UX writing.
Yeah.
Yeah, so there's this concept. I
don't know about anything about it.
I mean, it's the writing you do on the landing pages for websites.
Oh, it's like 5th grade reading level stuff like that.
Yeah. You need to write. The focus shouldn't be on your skills as a writer, but on conveying the meaning.
Right, that makes sense.
So, write in points, write simple, use simple language, and mainly that.
That's
and
good.
don't share things which you don't believe in.
Yeah.
I have done that at a point long time back, and then after writing that, you feel shallow.
Yeah.
After writing those kind of things, you feel terribly shallow. So write what you genuinely believe in. So if I record a video saying why someone should go to the gym, I'm not gonna feel shallow because I've been doing that for 2 years.
You believe in it.
But if I start talking about how you should deal with politics in your office, you're not gonna. I sure can read a lot of books, talk to people, and then give you advice, but it doesn't come from within, right? It's
Yeah.
not authentic.
That's true.
Yeah.
I mean, you want to talk about the newsletter that you write? Life 101.
Newsletter.
Yeah.
I've
Talk
been
about
looking
that.
to find a different name for that. Life 101 is such a preachy name.
No, but you started at least. No, like,
Yeah.
I think people procrastinate. They just be like thinking about, okay, I have not come up with the perfect name. I won't.
Yeah, so
start
I'm a
that.
very slow worker. Like
Yeah.
like we just discussed about the gap between thinking of an idea and execution. Mine is very long.
Yeah.
For my YouTube video, I've so far put one video and it took me 3 months to
Damn. Okay.
do that.
So is that because of like perfection, or you just?
Not perfection. I don't know what. I really don't know what. There's laziness. Then you're obviously giving yourself excuses that this is not the right time, this is not the right time.
Right.
And then I think because you're into like journaling and all, at some point you're like, Rishi, just shut this bullshit. Just start. The journaling helps me in that. If I'm not journaling, I think I'd have procrastinated.
You stop bullshitting yourself.
You
huh?
stop bullshitting yourself.
Yeah. You know, I was thinking.
See, for a normal person, if you're journaling, then you should have started something in like 1 month. It takes me 3 months.
Right.
Okay, so yeah, I'm glad I'm journaling. Yeah.
That seems like something that you really like. Seems like it has helped you out a lot.
Yeah.
I mean, I'll just say something, and then I think we should dive a little bit into journaling as well. I was thinking of starting this thing in like 4th year. Because I was like, right now I'm too busy, and you know, like, just silly excuses. I'm like, again, I have to set everything up, invite people. They might also be busy because 3rd year. But I thought, ki nahi, like, you know, 4th year, anyways, half the people won't be on campus when I'm on campus, and it's just silly excuses. And I was like, okay, I'll do it next sem.
True.
And then I was like, okay, if I'm gonna do it next sem, and I really like the idea, why not do it next week? And I was home last weekend, and I just decided that this is what I want to do. You know when I came up with the name for this?
How?
Like 20 minutes before we started recording.
Nice.
Like I was talking to my sister,
Nice.
and she just suggested the name, and I was like, that's it, done. And look, see, thing is, again from Jeff Bezos, there's like this thing called like a one-way and a two-way door. Two-way doors are things you can just do and then come back from. Like if it doesn't work, like if this podcast or something is not working out, it's too much, I can just stop recording.
Yeah.
And I can just, like, I lose some time, but that's okay. That's the cost of playing the game. Like that's your, what do you call it when you, you know, when you play poker and you just put like a few chips in? Whatever, right? You don't get what I mean. So that's like the cost for playing, right? And then there are one-way doors, right? When you have to, like, that's a significant decision, like which college to join.
Fair
Like
enough.
it alters,
Fair
it changes your life in a big way.
Ah.
Those things you should really think about. Other things you can just, you know, take a quick action. And you know, this one thing he says, sometimes it's faster to just try out both the options than if you just, you know, contemplate about these things. So I just think that that's why, like, I think speed of execution is really, really important. But anyways, I think, talk about journaling a bit. Like, I think that's something you really believe in. I think that's been like a very defining thing of your college life.
Yeah. So, see, for those who are looking to start journaling, you'll obviously find a lot of journaling prompts. Like you'll find, like, this is not the right place for you to know about journaling. Like just go to YouTube and there are actually people who talk in depth about journaling and how things work. But personal experience, like I started doing this in college purely out of boredom as an experiment, and it just stuck for a very long time. So it's not like I journal every day. It's not like every day before sleeping I do it, but more or less, I think weekly I'm sure I manage 3 journal entries, and not by force. Not by force. It just happens automatically. Because any which ways I would want to write something down and then I just write about my day. And there's no structure. There's absolutely no structure. So even if I find some random quote on Instagram, I just write it down, try to fiddle with it, just play around it. And there was a phase in my first year when I was experimenting those first 2-3 months. I would write about 3 things that went right, 3 things that went wrong, and one way how I can make it better the next day. So see, trust me, even if you don't actually execute, and if you just do it for long enough time, you're going to get somewhere better. So yeah, obviously it's more efficient if you also execute what you're writing. But even if you don't, it kind of, you know, changes you internally. So if you're regularly writing down the food you're eating, the kind of food you're consuming, eventually after 1 or 2 months, you're going to be more aware of the kind of things you're doing and you would start cutting out on what's wrong for you. So just start writing what you're doing and you become more aware of what you're doing by that. And change doesn't happen in 1 week, 2 weeks. It takes a time. It takes time. And there's no end goal to journaling or habits like gym, journaling, or
Just
like let's say podcasting.
Yeah.
There's no end to it.
Right.
It's a continuous thing. So writing, there's no end to it. You just do it lifelong.
Those are the best kind of habits, I feel.
Yeah.
Like, you're not trying to get to something, it's just the thing in itself is the reward.
Yes. Atomic Habits explains that very beautifully, man. So if I'm not wrong, it talks about habit changes in 3 levels. One is outcome. That is, now I want to deadlift like 130 kgs and now I can deadlift 40 kgs. So every day I go till 130 kgs. That's it. The second one was it was something.
I'm going to look it up, huh?
Yeah, it was something. Check that.
What is it called? 3 levels of habit change?
Yeah,
or what is it called?
3 levels of habit change, Atomic Habits. And the third one is the most important, that talks about identity change.
Like, I am a guitarist, so I play guitar every day.
Yeah, so you need to, it's about becoming the kind of person you want to. You don't want to deadlift 140 kgs, but you want to become a healthy person. And what do healthy people do? You just try to replicate that.
Right. This is the one. The process, outcome.
Yeah, outcomes,
identity.
process, and identity. Yes.
Right. So what is the process like? What is the process one like?
The process one is just putting systems in place. So
what would that look like?
It's just sort of like force. They're like, okay, today I'll place my journal in my table over here. So before going to sleep, I just take and write something. But identity is very purpose based. Like why? Why do you want to become, and will this completely change you as a person? So if you want to hit the gym, then you also cut down. You are more aware of the kind of food you eat, the kind of content you consume. It could be about how to do the perfect deadlift. So your reels could be filled with that. Just an example, very vague, but yeah. Identity-based habits like journaling is an identity-based habit. Fitness is identity-based. They stick.
They stick. Because it becomes a part of you.
Yeah. The goalpost. They say, right? The goalpost keeps on moving, but habits get you moving.
Wow, that's powerful, man. Like that's good. Two quick things. You talked about like a lot of channels on YouTube where you could learn journaling.
Yeah.
Like, what do you consume? Do you have like a person that you look to for journaling advice?
No. That was not the way. I mean, I just googled 2-3 videos how to journal and
it just gives you a general idea.
Yeah, general
okay. And let's say someone had to start today. Like
journaling?
Yeah. First thing, simple. You don't want to overcomplicate things. How just take a book and start writing.
Take a book and start writing. How I started was I had these questions I would ask myself, right? 3 things that went good today, 3 things that went bad today, and 1 thing I would like to improve tomorrow. So that makes it easier. So initially journaling might be very intimidating because you don't know what to write.
Yeah.
Then initially you have these 3 questions that you'll stick to, so it gives you direction to think along. And later on it's random. So now it's very random.
Now it's just very random.
Yeah.
Cool. Wait, I'll just check the length of the thing. Oh, it's been 1 hour and 12 minutes.
Yes, I have a question for you.
Yeah.
So because this is a video which we would probably reflect after a few years.
Yeah.
Where do you see Vardhan 5 years from now?
5 years from now.
And it can be it need not be the right answer.
Right answer, yeah. Okay, let's talk about things that will not change. Right?
Yes, nice.
Let's do that. Like I just pick up things from what you told. Things that will not change. I want to stay close to my family. I think that's a superpower that you have. Like you can have it's just incredible support system. I want to be creating things. I don't think that's gonna change. Like
an example of something you created.
This is the podcast is something.
Great.
The society, the company,
the management society.
Yeah, the management society, the company. I just want to be helpful.
Yes.
So if you look at Google Scholar, there's like they write this line. It just says we stand on the shoulders of giants, right? And I feel that that a lot. Like people before me have come. Like you see the lights, you see the camera, the laptop. It was all built by people who came before me, and they made my life so much easier. Right? Forget that. Like my teachers and my parents and my friends who have they put in energy into me for me to come here. Like I feel like without my parents or my teachers, I would not reach this point. I mean, I know it's a very cliche thing to say, but it's true. And I feel that I feel that very strongly, and I just want to pass that, pay that thing forward. I want to do good for the world. I want to create things, and I feel like creating is like a very how you write stuff, right? Like you're curating it for people, and that's I don't have to go through a lot of material to come up with it, right? I just read whatever you write, and I know it's curated.
Create things that makes life easier for people.
Yeah, and there's a way to think about it which I really like. So let's say there's a graph, right? You have the number of people and you have the size of the impact. So you could either have like low number of people, high amount of impact. That is a good area. You could have high impact for a low a large number of people and low amount of impact. That also has a good amount of area. I just want to maximize the area under the graph, which is a very
You've told this to me before, I know this.
It's a very engineering way to put it.
But I remember this very clearly. You had explained to me that in bleachers, you drew it on, I think, on the table.
Yeah. I just find it to be a very powerful concept. Just maximizing that area under the graph, and that's just what I want to do. That won't change. I want to be like a great friend. Because that's what I feel like. There's this guy called Simon Sinek. I think you could.
Oh yeah, the Golden Circle.
Yeah, okay, correct. So he talks about a lot of things. One thing that I really picked up and I like is a lot of battles people try to win alone. I think you should you have the support system around you. You can do a lot of powerful things, and I want to be that support system for a lot of people. My friends, my family, people who closer to me. And obviously you cannot do it for a lot of people. But at least for the people that I can do it for, I want to do that. That is not going to change. So yeah, I don't know where I'll be geographically. I'm not sure. Like maybe India, maybe abroad.
Okay.
But these are the things that will not change. Like I want to be close to my family. I want to be creating things. I want to be a good friend or whatever. Like just the other person in whatever relationship. Like I want to be good on that end. And yeah, I mean, I want to be playing a lot.
Nice.
Sports is not something that I want to give up. Like I play Frisbee around 16 hours. I just cumulative, if you talk about all the Frisbee strategy planning, spending time with friends, talking about it, playing the sport. Like tomorrow morning we'll be playing at 9 o'clock. And we already there's Collins already, and then I'm super excited. Like I have like a separate I wear the sleeves on Sunday. I have like a separate pants on Sunday. Like I make it as a ritual, right? Like okay, I'm gonna take this seriously. It's like a big deal, and I just take it. It's fun.
Do you like being busy?
Do I like being busy? I like slow mornings. Like sometimes, I get up and I have like 1 hour before classes. I like that feeling a lot.
Nice.
Do I like being busy?
Because you spoke about the management society. And of course you're working on your startup.
Yeah.
And you're actually progressing very well in that. And then this podcast.
Yeah.
Then there's Frisbee.
Yeah.
Tomorrow morning you'll be doing that. I mean, see, it's very insane. You're like 20?
20, yeah.
You're 20 and on Saturday night you're recording your first podcast and Sunday morning you're playing Frisbee. Not normal, dude. Like way above average. So, did you like being busy? That's the reason.
I like doing a lot of things. Yeah, like I like. So like it's just I am someone. I feel like there's something like this problematic as well. Because I just like I like saying yes to things and like not for other people a lot, but like for me as well. Like okay, I want to start the podcast. I just started. I want to go play sports. I just play, and then that as a result of that, not a lot of free time. But I like it. Like I don't have. I feel like sometimes when you're free a lot, it leads to problems.
Right.
Like I think you get into your head, and that I think that starts to happen. And I feel like I want to be useful, and if I feel like I'm wasting a lot of time, like see, I think if you're being intentional with your time, it's not bad, right?
True.
Like I think taking a nap in the middle of the day is not bad, right? I think if you just want to relax and watch YouTube for an hour, it's not bad. Like I really like watching Minecraft videos. It is something I've done for the past I don't know, maybe 11, maybe somewhere around 9-10 years, right?
Wow.
Okay. I would get up in the morning 20 minutes before my school time. So let's say I have to get up at 6 to get ready, right? I would get up at 5:40. Actually, it was around 6:10. And I would watch it.
Did you always wake up by yourself?
No, my mom woke me up.
Okay.
After coming to college, I started waking up myself.
Okay.
But no, I would just get up a little bit early to watch a Minecraft video. And it brings me so much joy. Like, I love watching the Minecraft videos. And like, I know, it's for kids. I don't care. I love it, okay? It's insanely fun. And there's these YouTubers that I've watched for years and years. And I've come to know them very well. Not because, we are friends, but just because I've consumed so much of their content. And it's very positive. Because it's made for, like, I think a younger audience. It's very lighthearted. It's very fun.
Right.
I really enjoy it. I don't even know how do I get to Minecraft? Okay, yeah, intentional being with time, yeah. So I don't think it's bad to take a break, right? But I feel like it should be intentional. Okay, I'm like, okay, if I sleep for the next half an hour, I'm gonna be more productive over the next let's say 6 hours.
Right.
So I don't want to be busy though. Like I think there's a difference between being busy and there's productive. Like you want to have good output. And if I start to feel like there's too many days where I'm busy but there's no output coming off, I think there's something to be, I need to reflect on something. I think, somehow the calendar has been a good reflection for me. Like I look at my calendar and you get a good
So have
sense
you organized your calendar?
see,
Like
the-
the kind of...
Okay, so in vacations I used to organize it really well because I had time to organize it. Now I do a combination of Google Tasks and calendar.
Okay.
And like, I can review, right, what I have done.
Uh-huh.
And if I feel like I'm just being busy, like a lot of stuff is happening, but like no progress is happening, excuse me, I need to really figure out what is going wrong.
Right.
And like I just try to see, okay, what progress did I make? And like that's one of the things, like I don't know if you can read, but like I asked myself 5 questions, like you know,
I read them.
and so I look, okay, what progress did I make towards my goals today? And I just try to see, okay, one step at a time. I just slowly improve, and if I keep going, eventually it will come to a good place. And I think for me, it's either long-term goals or things that don't have goals, just consistent habits. So for me, just getting better every day, just a small improvement every day is what is important. I mean, yeah. So a long about way to say, busy is not really the right word for me. I think I like being productive. I like doing a lot of things. I like having a lot of output because that's what I feel like my purpose kind of thing is. Like I want to be creating things for the world and I want to do good. I don't know. Maybe that's like a very every 20-year-old thing. You know, just want to do good for the world. And but yeah, that's really what I feel. Yeah, I mean that's what I
mean, if you spoke so much about like what you want, like you want to be useful to the world. This is a question. I don't know why I had this conversation in the mess, but what would you want to be written on your grave?
Grave.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
I mean, like, see, don't give me that answer that your body would be burnt.
Yo.
Don't give me that answer.
That's like a.
That's not what I mean.
Yeah, they're trying
Yeah,
to escape the question.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's a.
So that person asked me, what would your last words be? What would your last words?
What would my last word be?
Last words or last thing on the grave?
Yeah, just like a send-off message to the world.
Yeah.
What would I want? See, on the grave, people write it for you, right? Like, so you're saying like,
Fair enough.
like, do you want people to summarize my life, or do you want what my life summary was?
Yours.
I think something along the lines of like the world was a better place for him, or like cause of him, something like that. Like just in terms of everything, like just creating for value for other people, creating being a good person for the people around me. Those are the things. Like those are the 2 things that I would want to really hit on because see, sports and all, that's not something that I really like. That's for me.
Right.
That's not for the world, right? But I feel like the 2 things that I do for the world would be, I want to be a good person to the people around me, and I want to create value for the world as a whole. So I don't know the exact words, but like something along the lines of that, like the world was a better place for him or something like that.
Nice.
Anyways, last few things. So the newsletter. Just talk about that. Like, okay, I think we were actually started talking about that, and somehow we went all over the place. But yeah, newsletter. You want to talk about that?
Newsletter.
How did that come about? Why do you write it now? What do you write about?
I write about. I've never been able to figure out what exactly I write about.
Yeah.
But if you had to actually put it in a bracket, you can call it self-help. I think it kind of fits anything that comes under self-help. Usually personal reflections revolving around what I read, what I consume, and what I reflect along my day, what I observe. And of course, everything is authentic. If I don't believe in it or don't practice it, I don't write it. It's more about, like, there's a lot of like life in it. Even the name is Life 101. Self-help, well-being, wellness, it comes under that category.
You want me to give my like a reader's perspective on it?
Yeah.
To me, it seems like everyone's confused about life, like how to go about it, and like you get these nuggets of just wisdom or insight, and then you share that. Like, okay, if this is happening to you, like XYZ is happening, this is some small thing that you could do, and that would have a positive impact on you.
Yes.
Like a small thing that you can do in your life, or like not a small thing. I'm just saying like you don't have to change the place where you live, right? You don't have to move to a different country to change your life, right? What's a small habit or just a small insight that you can have in life?
Yes.
That can really make it better. So that is what it kind of is to me. I don't know if that's like what do you think about that?
No, I think that more or less fits in the kind of thing that description very well fits in. I'm just bad at putting into words and not what a person who writes should say. I'm bad at putting it into words as to what exactly I write about, because it's so random. It doesn't have a mechanical process.
Yeah.
It's very random.
It's very organic, I think.
Yeah,
That's
yeah,
what it is. I
organic,
think
yeah.
it's not random.
Yes.
I don't think random is the right way. It's very organic.
Okay.
You can sell it for more if you say organic.
I can sell it more if someone else calls it organic.
Yeah, that's true. Okay. Wait, so this is something that you wrote in the latest newsletter, okay?
Oh
It was about, just talk about it, man. It's turning the volume down.
Okay.
And I really like this one other thing
yeah.
about you will fail. If you fail long enough, you'll succeed. You might succeed, right? So what, just give a little bit of a rundown on like what is the concept
if you fail
of...
long enough, you'll
No,
succeed?
the turning volume down thing, then we'll talk about this.
Turning volume down. Oh yes. See, it's all about chaos. Okay.
Yeah.
Things. This is how I look at it. That, like in physics they talk about entropy.
Yeah.
Okay, I haven't fully understood it, but very basic level. With time, things are going to get chaotic. So let's say you started college.
Yeah.
Okay. Day one, you have it all sorted out. You have a timetable. You go to the mess at 7:30 a.m. You do this. Day one goes perfect. Day two goes perfect. Day three, something goes out of place. Day four, something else goes out of place, and the chaos is only bound to increase.
Yeah.
Similarly, with everything you do, like say when you started up, probably you were documenting every single thing you were doing on day one. But with time, you slowly allow chaos to creep in, and you lose track of things. You start losing control of things, and when it becomes to such a large extent that you actually don't know what the fuck is going on, you turn the volume down.
And how do you do that?
Forget everything and come back to home base. And how do you do that? So what I wrote about was, of course, focusing on your breath, because I don't know, I read it in some book, I can't recall which one, but in the end, the only thing which you can control, it was a podcast. It was a small clip again. Jackie Shroff?
No, I mean I know of the person. Yeah, but
Yeah. So it was from his-
obviously. Fuck,
the
how would I know?
TRS.
Yeah, how would I know the person?
That's got to become a meme.
No, embryo will come in helpful with embryo.
It was with the Ranveer show, and then he was saying that breath is the only thing you actually have control over.
Yeah.
And it's true. I don't have control over this podcast because you can choose to delete it.
Correct. Yeah.
I don't have control over it because you chose to call me. You
Correct.
decided. This is not in my control, but your breath is the only thing which is under your control. So focus on that. Just to turn the volume down. Like I'm not saying leave everything and just keep breathing. Of course, do that. And second thing is exercise, because for me, on the good days, on the bad days, the only thing that's remained constant is going to the gym. I would urge everyone to start lifting weights. That's the best thing you could do. I don't think my opinion should change after 5 years. Let's see.
Let's see.
Yeah.
Yeah, what would not change for you in the next 5 years?
In next 5 years, fitness.
Yeah.
Gym, fitness. It might probably become less of gym, maybe more of sports. Once the swimming pool opens, I want to swim more often.
Yeah.
Because like gym has become boring to a point, like you hit saturation. I just want to lift heavy weights, like keep increasing that. But then that takes only 30 minutes a day.
Right. That's good though.
Yeah. So, and then I'm like, okay, you know what? You can hit the gym 3-4 days a week, and then once you can go to swim.
Call me. I used to go swimming in...
I remember, dude,
Yeah.
one day while playing Frisbee, you swam in the morning and then you came for Frisbee.
Yeah, it was nice.
Wow, that's insane.
No, I love swimming. I used to swim like 2K a day.
Wow.
Not like alternate days. So I'd play Frisbee one day and the other day I would swim 2K.
Nice.
But yeah, call me if you go. I think
Yes.
it's just been a little bit more chaotic this time. But like I think if I find company, I'll also
You should
go.
turn the volume down.
I should turn the volume down. You're right.
Yeah. So yeah, I think health is one thing, fitness is one thing. I'm sure it won't change.
Yeah.
Then writing won't change. I don't see that changing.
Mm-hmm.
I know 2 years is very less of a time to say that it's going to be constant, but I just feel it will. Writing, sharing things online, irrespective of I make it as the main thing in my life.
Yeah.
Maybe my career could be something completely different which I haven't even explored. But writing will be constant. So yeah, that is true. Writing, gym, and listening. So I think one thing which I knew before I started college, I don't know who had given me this advice or I read it somewhere, that be a very good listener. And I think it was just easier for me to listen than talk. So that was one advantage. And I've heard this from a lot of people that, Rishi, you're a good listener and all. And I take that as a very big compliment.
You are, yeah.
So listening, yes. Listening, talking to people, having conversations. I hope these things don't change. Because people put a lot of emphasis on friendships. Especially in college, I think it's unfair to put the responsibility of building lifelong friendships in college where you spend actually very less time on campus.
You're right. Yeah.
How you spend very little time talking to people. So more than friendships, I think conversations are more important. Conversations are more impactful. So you said about impact, right?
Yeah.
So I have this very interesting concept about having impact.
Right.
Exactly about that. So you can have impact on a very level one basis on a large group of people with something like building a product. So sure, Swiggy is making an impact.
Yeah.
But if not Swiggy, Zomato is making that impact.
Correct.
Or someone else is doing it. But then you're affecting a large amount of people on a very level one basis. But on the other extreme is through conversations where you can have impact on 1% at a time.
Yeah.
You can't scale it, but you can impact on a very deep level.
Right.
Very, very deep level. So that is one impact I would always want to have on people.
A deep impact on a few people is still working for you.
Yes. Yeah. Conversations. So these three things, yeah. I think fitness, writing, and conversations.
Perfect. Yeah. I think we'll come to a close shortly.
Yes.
But yeah, I mean, I think I want to talk about that as well. If you fail long enough, you'll succeed. You might succeed.
Yeah.
Yeah. Talk about that. Like what resonated with you there?
What resonated with me there? First of all, it felt like common sense.
Yeah.
It did feel like common sense. Because I think your job is to only show up.
Yeah.
Failure and success are, not in your hands. That's the most generic self-help bullshit someone could say.
True.
But I'll give you an example, okay?
Yeah.
So, deadlifts, I'll come back to the gym only. I think I can draw good. So, deadlifts is one thing that has been very life-changing for me.
I closed. Okay, still recording. Okay. Yo, God. Okay, I am not professional.
We got meme material from
We got meme material.
So, when I started deadlift, I think even lifting the empty barbell was tough.
Yeah.
So, my roommate, Rishikesh, I think you know Rishikesh, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, again, man, college, thanks to people, they help you grow so much. I think if not for him, I don't think I would have been so consistent in the gym.
Really? You go with him, huh?
Initially, he used to go every day.
Yeah.
And I was like, man, I should be able to do it.
I remember.
There was a jealousy element, I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah.
But then I'm glad I was jealous of his habit and not of the weight he can lift, because I'm sure I can't reach that. He's a very heavy lifter, very fit guy. Very fit guy.
Very fit.
Yeah.
I remember I would see him walking back on that, dirt path next to Valmiki.
Yeah.
And he'd just be coming back from the gym.
Yeah.
And I was like, bro, that's like, he's always
He's
there.
a beast, man. He's a beast. He won't accept it, but yeah. So I went with him to the gym.
Yeah.
I asked him to teach me the deadlift, and he taught me with the empty barbell, and that was tough. Okay.
Yeah.
And so every time you reach a saturation, like let's say now you're able to lift 85 kgs, and like for the next 1 month, 2 months, you're not able to go beyond 85. And you're like, okay, so don't try it every day, because then you'll enjoy yourself.
Correct.
But show up every 4 days, try it again, and then slowly you see an improvement.
Right.
And then suddenly your next growth is very fast.
Huh.
90 to 105 just happens quickly.
Yeah.
And then 105 you stop again.
Ah.
So now for the last 2 months I was stuck at 130. 2 months. And then just like a week back or 2 weeks back I was able to do 140. But that was a very frustrating period.
Yeah.
Every time I would come, I would fail 140 and I would mood off.
Yeah.
But yeah, you just show up. So keep failing, eventually you'll succeed.
That's a really good story. Yeah, I think you're gonna enjoy that. Really look back at this. I think just last question. I think what's something most people don't know about you? I know about you like a lot of things now because we've had a lot of conversations. But like, what is something that an average person at college, like someone who just knows you?
Okay.
Okay. Yeah. Let's just think. Like, I think a lot of people might not know about the depth thing or the NS. Sorry, not NS. Essay thing. All of those things.
Oh yeah. By the way, essay comes under NSS.
Yeah.
So for people on campus, if you're watching it, Students Anonymous comes under NSS. They've actually been very helpful and supportive. So any little funds we need, they're the ones who back us up. So
okay.
great job, guys.
Thank you, NSS. No, so yeah, what are some like small things that people don't know about you? Okay, so you can deadlift 140 now. Yeah. That's something people don't know about you.
I'll put a video of that.
Put a video of that. What else? Like, what are some like how would you start a if that was something people would come up to you and have a conversation about? Like, what would you want to talk about? Like your newsletter, I think not a lot of people know. I don't know how many people know actually.
About what?
Yeah, I think you hit like 300 odd readers now. On
300, yes, 300.
Yeah, congratulations on that.
Thank you.
But yeah, like I think still, let's say people don't know about that. What are some things that if people wanted to come up to you and have a conversation about?
I have a conversation about. I don't know about have a conversation about, but one thing about me is I love performing, man.
You love performing?
I love performing on
Yeah.
big stages and anything. Like I like to dance, so I've gotten the chance to dance a couple of times in our auditorium. Amazing auditorium. If you're a student who is not in BITS and if you're considering BITS Hyderabad, do come.
Yeah.
Yes, the
Would approve.
yes, that is one thing I really like.
Yeah.
I'm addicted to tea.
Tea.
Tea
Tea.
is slightly on the toxic side at this point. Slightly on the toxic side.
The sugarless tea or the sugarless.
No sugarless, proper sugar.
It's
tea.
proper sugar.
Proper sugar tea, yeah.
I should have gotten some tea, bro, today. It's raining. It was raining also. Next time.
I'll do that for my videos.
Tea and yeah, that's a good idea actually.
What else? What is something people don't know about me? What's about you? I'd get a reference.
Reference. I think Frisbee is not something a lot of people know about me. SWD again, I don't tell a lot of people.
Startup?
Startup also. But like I don't tell because just like see, I'll tell you all the things that I do. Okay. I have like a Notion doc actually because I forget all the things.
Oh my god.
Like it's literally called things I'm working on.
Please.
So yeah, I mean it's Acads is one thing. Frisbee is one thing. I do my startup, that's one thing. SWD, I'm doing like projects under prof. And like I'm hoping that will eventually get converted into a patent and like a lot of research papers.
Nice.
Why is Notion not loading? Which is insane. Wait 1 second, let me just try again. But yeah, so those things people don't know about me. Actually, I just don't tell a lot of things that I'm working on often.
Fair enough.
Yeah, because like I just feel like
Yeah, that's fine. That's
if it comes like people who know, like, I don't know why it's not loading up. It's okay. Anyways, these are like a few things. Maybe there's other things that I'm forgetting. But yeah, like this podcast was one of the things that I wanted to work on. I mean that's kind of the work end of things, right?
Right.
People don't know I play the guitar because I just never played. Like I only played for myself. Like I don't think apart from maybe like 5-7 people on campus, they'll know that I play the guitar. But it's just a very personal thing. I just played whenever I wanted. And it was like a nice aesthetic, so I put it there. But yeah, I don't. Not many people don't know that I do that. What else do I? I started working out actually. I do it in my room only.
Okay.
I don't. Again, not many people know, but I just do like body weight exercises. So push-ups, diamond push-ups, some resistance band things, and I'll do like squat. I can do a single leg squat. Yeah. I can do a single leg squat. Not with my left leg completely, but with my right leg I can do like multiple now. And I think that's called a Frisbee actually. We do like very rigorous like leg workouts. Like a lot of lunges and side lunges. Like duck walk across half the field. Like the energy is huge, so like it's insane. But like there's so many fit people in Frisbee. Like I don't even feel like I'm that fit when I like when we compare to people in Frisbee, because they can just like effortlessly do everything, and I'm like, bro, I am struggling when everything is happening. But it's very nice to have that. But yeah, those are the kind of things that people might not know. So the deadlift, I guess, is an interesting fact. But if someone had to come up to me and talk about things, I love talking about businesses, honestly.
Business.
Yeah, like I love talking about businesses, startups, anything interesting. Actually, just people creating. If you read my Instagram bio, it says. If you're working on anything interesting or like if you're building anything interesting, just talk. Like let's have a chat. That's why like I really love talking to you because I feel like you're creating so much, or like you're putting out so much good into the world. Like, and I don't think it's because like based on my conversations, it does not seem like you're doing it because you're expecting something of it. It just seems like you're doing it. Yeah. And I love people who work on things. I love people who are creators, builders. Like those are kind of my people. So yeah, I mean if. I just love talking about whatever you're working on. So there's this guy Rohan from Mech. Okay. He's working on like this.
Rohan Samin.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. I have a course with him, and I regret taking it because I know he's gonna top. He's gonna get the average so high. Yeah.
So he's working on like a cool project, and just so many people working on so many cool things. And this is the reason that I kind of started this, because now what will happen is, because I put this out. Now people, let's say you will tell me who I could talk to next, right? That's something I was gonna ask after this thing. I was like, okay, who would you recommend I call next or something? But yeah, I just wanted to have conversations with people around all of these things. So yeah, I mean, I don't know, very long-winded answer. I don't think
if you were to talk to me, then I think it would be. I would like to talk about death.
Death.
Yeah, this is one of my favorite questions. One of my
Yeah.
favorite questions.
Well, what would you write on your tombstone?
I've actually thought a lot about it.
Yeah.
I would write writing for the last time.
Oh my god,
Yeah.
that's insane. Yeah. That's amazing. That's so on brand
Yes,
also, bro.
yes.
Writing for the last time. Shit. That's really smart.
So that the other person was asked, what would be your last words? Like, what did you want to
Yeah.
say? And I was like, I write better than I talk. So it would be around that only. Yeah. I like thinking about it.
Yeah.
In the sense, like if you talk about the constant,
Yeah.
then that's a given constant.
It's a given constant. That is a
Yeah,
given constant. Yeah. Amazing. Thank you so much
Yes.
for coming on.
Amazing.
I think we'll cut it here. I think the video would have stopped recording anyways.
Oh my god.
Oh no, it's recording.
Let's go.
Oh my
Nice.
god.
Nice.
Let's go. But yeah, dude, thank you for showing up. Like, it
This was fun.
amazing, bro.